Hello everybody and welcome back to the Alien vs Predator Galaxy YouTube channel. First off, apologies that this is 50 minutes late. I ran into some technical difficulties with audio popping on the capture card. Turns out my laptop doesn't like it unless it's powered into the mains. But eventually sorted it and I'm here and we shall crack on. Also joining me is my usual stream moderator, Megan, my partner in crime in real life and on these live streams. And she's waving. Any questions, feel free to pop them up in the chat and she'll read them out for me to respond to you guys. So we're back with part 4, as promised. I said I'd be on Monday, and I am. And we have just finished the flashback to LV426 and getting that awesome and quite, at the time, unsurprising playthrough of the Derelict. So shortly we are going to get the flamethrower and crack on.
I want to know more. Everything. Where's your ship? If we can break the comms lockdown, what are the codes to bring it in on auto?
If you want more, then you need to get me out of here.
Not happening, Marlowe.
Is that right? Well, you know where I am. Wait. My board in the tech spire just lit up like a Christmas tree. It's here.
Plan B. Set it up.
Whatever's happening, I want in.
Okay, this way. Got something here you'll need.
Let's hope this thing works.
It's an animal. Animals are afraid of fire.
I hope you're right.
Most animals retreat from fire, yes. Okay, what else we
I've got a
around here?
plan to trap it. Take a transit car and meet Ricardo in the Systech spire. I'll coordinate from here.
The recorder does not sound happy. Much of interest in here.
Wait, it's Dr. Lingard. I've just examined a patient with, well, I've never seen anything like it. It's some kind of unknown parasite. I did a quick check on the name they gave me, and there's no one registered under it at Sevastopol. I think she came on board recently. Do you know anything about this? I have no idea what Sinclair and his men were doing, but this should have been picked up during quarantine. Who knows what else they've let through? The patient and her captain are waiting for me in the examination room. Get down here now.
We should talk about what happened in San Cristobal. Now, it was a nasty business, and I understand that you want to deal with it as quietly and quickly as possible. But I wanted to make sure you didn't do anything rash. I'm talking about catching the specimen without killing it. If we play it smart, we could be set up for life. I have the connections. I can set it up. You're getting old, Rich, so you can't do this forever. And what are you going to do when Sevastopol closes? You have my number. Ransom out.
Hey Julio and Alistair R, welcome back to this stream. And Chevy, of course, Mr. Chris up there. See if you fall asleep watching this today. Oh, Chris told me he fell asleep watching one of the other ones because of his early bedtime. I thought being an adult meant you were constantly tired, Chris. I thought that was just something we all had to get used to. Alright, come on then, let's go do this. Well, I was supposed to be meeting you. Why aren't you? Okay, it's like this, is it? Still don't have any blast caps. So two, 3 o'clocks. I didn't even know there was that many.
Yeah.
Ricardo's moving in ahead of you. I've sent your guy Samuels to
Lies,
Android
I just saw
processing.
Ricardo.
Once this thing's dead, I'm gonna get him to access Apollo and lift the lockdown.
Samuel's okay doing that?
Guy said he wanted to help and I have my hands full here. Besides, he's a synthetic. Should be easier for him to get in there.
Yes.
Look,
Med, we're going into.
Ripley, we're the only people standing between Sevastopol and outright disaster.
Outright disaster has already happened, Waits. All we can do now is kill that fucker.
Hello, Frozak. And Alistair, there was a time I would be up till that time, but these days it's in bed by 10 o'clock and still tired for the day job in the next morning. I miss being 21. There's a point where you're supposed to be able to see Stompy riding on top of one of the elevators at the transit cars early on, but I can never remember what point it's supposed to be.
This car for the rest is deck expire.
Frozak, that's one I'm sure I've done. Mine left is the do it without dying. Yeah, well, Chris, you are up at like 5 o'clock in the morning every day, so I think you have an excuse for not making it past 9. And Julio, that is a fantastic choice. This game is easily one of the best things that Alien has to offer. Pardon me. I hope you guys did not hear that.
Station serving Seeks and Communication Technologies, tech support services.
I'm in the SysDeck Spire.
Exoplanet Solutions.
Ripley, heads up. I'm reading lots of malfunctioning systems in your area.
Oh, Chris. That is depressing on so many levels, mate. I need to remember your work times when I'm wanting to be at home. Yeah, I figured novice would be the best one to do it on. I just haven't got around to it. So I don't know, because it feels like it'd lose something. Ah! Forgot that happened. That looks terrible. Can't get over how bad that looks.
Wait, what's wrong with this station?
It's always been falling apart, but because of the decommission, a lot of the systems have been shut down. Add to the fact that everyone's too busy trying to stay alive to maintain anything, and you end up with goddamn chaos.
And my arm is still on fire, apparently. I don't think it did look like that on the PC. I'm gonna have to go back and recheck how certain things looked. I was still on fire. Look at that. That's not gonna get annoying.
Something back there just explode?
That's the least of your problems. The creature's nearby.
You heard the lady. Let's go.
Oh, these friendlies. Oh, these are friendlies. You already caught that one in.
Marie, listen to me very carefully. I want you to leave work now. Collect Claire, pick up the cat, and head home. We need to find someplace safe until Seegson sends a ship. I saw the guy from down the hall. I can't remember his name. The one in the dirty baseball cap, weird smell. He had something in his coat. I think it was a gun. He just looked right through me. Don't talk to anyone. Don't tell them where you're going. I'll meet you as soon as I can.
So, yeah, it certainly is the Human Torch versus Stompy. That's true. Maybe Stompy will just leave me be.
How
Now.
are we gonna seal it in?
The spire was built to process high-value compounds dredged up from the gas giant. Piracy
Blinking
precautions
feet.
are still in place. The tower can be shut off, vents, doors, everything. So, you build the cage around the creature, then Ricardo locks it down.
You know, Prozac, I know a lot of people tended to complain about it being long, but honestly, I didn't want it to end. You know, it's a shame the DLC we got wasn't story DLC. I would have much preferred it over the survivor mode. But I'm glad we got as long a experience as we did, and I do hope it sells well on the Switch as well. I don't see a sequel ever being likely though. You know, Sega said they were disappointed with the sales despite the million or however many. It wasn't, I'm sure it was million plus, but apparently that wasn't good enough.
Entrance
It's
is dead ahead.
a huge shame they had to fight the stigma from Colonial Marines. And I don't think, even if, you know, Fox did know how well... what am I doing here? I talked over what he said. Fox do know how well Isolation is received. You know, they know that's why this year's been this sort of unofficial year of Amanda Ripley. You know, it's why we got the novel. It's why we got Blackout. It's why we got her in Resistance and in Rescue. But with them working on the online shooter thing, even if they wanted to, I don't think we're going to have 2 AAA titles coming out of... 2 AAA titles coming out of what is a relatively young publisher. Maybe when Disney sells it.
Report in as you go.
I could have kept it going. It's just one of the most... Yeah, it is one of the most common criticisms of the game. It's just not one I agree with. Done that, should I? Rabbit, I said oh balls. I do say it every time, don't I? He shows up. Oh. Okay. Don't attack that Joe. Is the lesson that we've learned here. Is it? Am I still on fire? I'm still on fire. Have we been in here before? I'm sure we have. Maybe not. Remember one of the world building ones. Seegson has now cut its losses and is set to abandon Sevastopol. This is yet another sign of the retrenchment that is rife through the sector. Some days it has felt as if corporate pride was the only thing keeping this troubled station in orbit above KG-348. Living aboard this station today, it's abundantly clear that Seegson has gambled wildly with both its own investment and that of banking corps such as Geofund Investor. The ill-judged rush into space colonization, its hubris and its overexpansion have cost our second-tier corporations dearly. Weyland-Yutani, with its extensive financial and technological firepower, can weather these storms, while its lesser rivals fall away. Even the company, however, must hear alarm bells ringing as it looks towards these fading orbital outposts. Weiyu's ongoing investment in terraforming research technology looks increasingly shrewd as it watches each of these distant lights blink out. Oh, Weiyu, that's another thing I hate that I picked up from that terrible game. What?
Ricardo's finalizing the lockdown.
Start drinking.
Close the security doors
Yeah,
all around the stairwell.
there'd be some drunkens,
Then the
wouldn't
supply
there,
storage,
Rabbit?
maintenance access, and server hub reception. Report in as you go.
Why not ask me about Sevastopol safety protocols?
Why don't you ask me about Sevastopol's safety protocols? I think Alistair Hope's still there. at Creative Assembly. But yeah, Gary's gone. Ian McKellen's gone. Yeah. The original team's just not there anymore. I mean, this game has sort of laid a formula of how to make this kind of thing successful. Oh, you've heard Al has gone?
That isn't to your liking, please let us know.
His eyes are white though. Yeah, but I say, Chris, I thought he was still there. I'd never heard anything about him leaving.
Little details when seeing the big picture.
See a lot of stairwell. I'm just not sure I'd want a pulse rifle in an isolation-ish game. I mean, maybe if it was like super limited ammo and it caused some real damage, you know, some real acid damage. I do think what Creative Assembly's already done could be used as a, you know, as a good template to do something else similar. But I don't know,
Maintenance access shut off.
Affirmative, Captain.
I'm not getting any hopes up. I'm just looking forward to learning a bit more about Cold Iron's thing. Those red eyes?
Your presence has been logged.
Oh, okay. Ruh-roh.
If you find this facility in a state that isn't to your liking, please let us know.
I wonder if he's going to see my bugged fight.
What are you? Unidentified species. Habit containment.
That would be super unfortunate.
Logging report.
nobody here. Well, there's been... I mean, I think Colonial Marines has been the only thing that's made it say that removing a chest burster is... Oops. Is fatal. You know... I've not played it, but the Resurrection game had a mechanic where you could get face hugged and then you'd have so long to find a like a surgery terminal and it would remove the face hugger, the chest burster from you. Obviously, Resurrection, they removed the chest burster from Ripley 8. They did it in Defiance as well, which I think was one of Hollis's really badass moments. Operating on herself to remove the chest burster.
Supply storage locked down.
No, she was murdered, Chris. Wayland killed her. After they got genetic material that was left behind by the whole thing. If you're thinking Hollis, that is. Anybody else? Can't think of anybody else offhand at the minute that also did it. Shaw obviously took the trial out of herself as well. Me, Joe. I think I mentioned church, didn't I? Didn't I mention labyrinth?
If you find this facility in a state that isn't to your liking, please let us know.
Wait, can you patch me through to Ripley?
Please be a save point. I want to reload the game.
Ripley, there's an override command that allows you to initiate the emergency lockdown. It's on the terminal behind the reception desk.
Of course, Ransom's been spying on everybody. 7789.
Hughes, it's Ransom. I just got your query. Yes, I have been in our transmission relay archive, and I've done some decrypting. I'm looking for crew logs that passed through Sevastopol a while ago. I know you're concerned, but it's ancient history. There's just some stuff I need to know.
How long after Resurrection was? Sea of Sorrows. It wasn't that long, was it?
Nothing that's going to break anything.
I don't remember the exact years.
No one else needs to know about it, Rafe. If you talk, well, there'll be
Ricardo, server receptionist.
I like to think she's still around.
Good job. Come through to the server farm, quietly.
I still want to know what they took out of Ripley 7, if that was intended as any sort of serious sequel bait or anything like that. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Alistair T, wouldn't that be wonderful? And I'm just really hoping that this new Alien Cold Iron thing is good. Because, you know, I spent so much of my teens just Alien being an online thing for me. You know, playing AVP 2 every day after school. I'd quite happily have a online Alien game that I could play again, because, you know, Clone and Marines 2010, the afterlife was just, well, it wasn't long. I mean, you can still get games on 2010 pretty well. AVP 2 you can still get a server on, but I don't know, I'd like a bit more. Did he take out this jet? The other, I didn't think. I don't know. It's another jet. Is it really 200 years after Resurrection? Well, I really didn't think it was that long. Maybe she is still around. I've always wanted more of Ripley 8. I thought she was really interesting as a character, with her connection to the aliens. And you never really bothered with her as well. She was in that awful Alien versus Predator versus Terminator thing. And she was also in Original Sin, which was not great from what I remember. I've only read that through the once personally, but I don't remember it being one that made me want to come back and revisit it. But I suppose I'm going to have to soon because I can't really remember it. What's up? How about you guys? Anybody read Alien vs Predator vs Terminator or Original Sin? Any thoughts on those stories? This one. There we go. What's that the key card to? Hey Xander. On AVP VT, Prozac. I'll never knock fine things. It's awesome. I used to wish I could draw at school. Oh, I still wish I could draw now. I like to think I can write a little bit, but I'm not sure how true that is. Dark Knight style EMP is a sort of catalyst to set off shenanigans. I do love shenanigans.
Good day.
Oh, good day.
I've set up an emergency shutdown at the terminal inside the server farm. You need to trigger it from there. Get out. I'll keep the exit open till it's through, then shut the trap.
That was incredibly lucky. And by all means, Prozac, I'd love to see it. Oh no. No! No! I'm fired!
Shit!
Whew. I did try and jump out the locker. I don't know if it actually let me before I opened fire. When I saw it coming, I was like, hey. Actually, I want to try quitting out. I'm coming back in, not on fire. No, I haven't broken Stompy. My name's not Alicia. Telling you, I successfully jumped out that locker and got a shot off. That is my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And I hope I'm not on fire when this loads back up, because that is so distracting. As funny as it is. Yeah, I always like your stuff, Rabbit. I like your cartoons. But it's like anything, isn't it? You know, there's dedication to it. You've got to keep doing it. I'm not on fire. I've never been so excited at the prospect of not being on fire. Yeah, German, I've only played it through, I think, once at Chris's, actually. And it was intense. And I'm looking forward to it. Should be coming around later this week, actually, to let me try it again. And give it another go in VR. entirely unnecessary. You need to come and push me. What happened there? See, I love that line. Oh god. No, no, Joe, don't push me! Stop it!
Logging report to Apollo. Unidentified species. Pilot containment breach alert. What are you? Logging report to Apollo. Unidentified species. Pilot containment breach alert. What are you?
If I just come back to where I came in, or have I got actually?
Logging report to Apollo.
What we're saying? Yeah, I think the Nostromo levels in VR would be pretty intense. So I liked Zula from the moment she was introduced in Defiance, and I liked her a lot in Prototype as well. I mean, I think Rescue's been a bit. Rescue and Resistance have both been a bit neither here nor there, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I'm glad you all enjoyed the stop it. I thought it was pretty rude of the guy, if I'm being honest. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, come on, bro.
Christ!
Yeah, yeah. No, not forward.
God!
Oh, that working Joe really didn't care. Oh! Nope. Run back to your vent. Commander, stop giving me...
All visiting corporate representatives must report to their nearest synthetic. Hazard containment breach locked. What are you?
Go away! Go away! Yeah, that's fair, Xander. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I just like Zula. But then again, Ripley's story was a little different. You know, she wasn't going on a crusade. She was surviving the ordeal.
Unidentified species. Hazard containment breach locked. What are you? Unidentified species.
Should I have gone? I don't remember this bit well enough. Why I like her, I guess the basic, you know, core of the character in overcoming her limitations, you know, that drive to overcome those limitations, resolve to do what she feels she needs to. What happened? The cat made you jump. Yeah, I don't remember her ever being so vocal either. He won't leave me be, will he?
That's it. You got it.
Is my exit open, Ricardo?
Wait a minute.
Ricardo, is my exit clear?
Jesus, it's shut. You won't move.
What are you doing, Ricardo? Fix it.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Ripley, I'm
man,
working
I've
on it.
been nothing but lovely to him. Oh, come on, bro. This is not cool.
Ricardo, you got news for me.
I need more time.
I don't have more time.
Nope.
Okay, I got it. Get out, Ripley, now.
No, come on, Nana.
I need to save. I need to save. This is where he comes jumping down this way.
Ricardo, how did you open it back up?
I had to suppress the alert. It was the only way to get Ripley out.
You let it out? We had it locked down, and you let it out? Ripley, it's still on your tail.
Where should I go?
Take the elevator to Gemini Labs. If it follows, we can still trap it there. Ripley, Ricardo, we can't let it escape again, no matter what.
Apollo and working Joe, working together for a safer and better connected Sebastopol.
Difficulty is normal, mostly because I didn't want to Nope.
Keep your head together. You can do it.
Mostly because I didn't want to have to worry about being smashed in too many times and having to replay. I don't know if she's friendly or not. This is... Oh no, that was upstairs, isn't it? It's in the observation area. Because I only play this through like once a year, so it all tends to stay relatively fresh to me. And playing it through live, you know, this is the first time I've played it for a little while.
What the fuck was that?
Okay, I'm guessing you guys are.
Walk away. You won't be my first.
Hello? Christ!
Oops. He says he don't want to have to keep replaying bits and then goes and does that. Yeah, I think he's doing really well, German. I mean, we've noticed a few issues, but nothing drastic, I don't think.
I had to suppress the alert.
No updates, Andy. They've posted a picture of a mural that they've got in Cold Iron at the minute.
Ripley, it's still on your tail.
Where should I go?
It looks like a screen cap of
To Gemini Labs. If it follows, we can still trap
Prometheus,
it
to be
there.
honest, so might be an indication that we'll be seeing some
Ricardo, we can't let it
engineer
escape again,
locations.
no matter what.
This place creeped me out even before it all went to shit.
I can't imagine Disney go after fan fiction writers. I mean, Star Wars always been pretty good with, you know, the fan films and their fan content creators. I imagine it would stay the same under, you know, for Alien and Predator.
I'm in Gemini, Waits.
We need that whole facility powered up. There's a freight elevator you'll need to take, but ever since Seegson pulled funding from Gemini, it's been out of action.
I've got to try and take things a little bit more steady here. I'm surprised that 800 grounds didn't get the boot. Oh, okay. Well, you know, Sony is fronting the costs for Hunting Grounds. You know, they are developing it. So I imagine there's licensing deals in place already with them. I couldn't imagine that'd happen. The Cold Iron thing is a little bit more up in arm because Sony don't, Disney don't like self-publishing, don't like to own publishers. So there was, you know, there was rumblings that they would be selling off Cold Iron, and not Cold Iron, selling off Fox Interactive, and not Fox Interactive. That's even older. Fox Next. That they'd be selling off Fox Next, and nothing's happened. That's the shuttle for later, isn't it? Nothing's happened, so whether they are still going ahead, I don't know, but you know, Cold Iron are still working on their game. Shit's really got real lately, hasn't it?
Good to see a friendly face.
It's good to have a human not shooting at me.
You look like you've been through the mill.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. You don't know the half of it.
Find the control terminal they left for the synthetic caretaker. It's in a storeroom up ahead. And for God's sake, do it quietly.
To do everything quietly. He says and then walks away.
Seegson's been trying to sell that whole outfit for years, along with Sebastopol. No one ever bid, but it means security's still online.
Okay, enough talk now, Waits.
come on. Yeah, man, Chris, this is, you know, when we get to it, this is like one of the defining moments of isolation for me. This was that was actually the bit I got to play at Creative Assembly in Horsham, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So I think I just want to get that bit finished on this stream, and then I'll take a break until the next one. To remind me. Rabbit, I'm looking forward to the next part of the adaptation of Arboreal Nightmare. Where's the blinking... There it is. It is, well, I suppose he's a bit... He's got a lot on his plate. Look at that silhouette. I wonder if the green glow is giving me a right.
With Satan, there's someone behind you, helping you every single step of the way.
Hey, buddy.
You are carrying some very dangerous items.
Don't worry about me. Oh. He got me, guys. He got me. Yeah, Alistair, that's just one of those gameplay concessions, isn't it? It's like Xenomorphin always says, who's one of our podcast hosts, you know, it might work well for the game, but it'd never work well for you know, a movie or a proper sort of entry. Trying to hide under tables and stuff like that. That's only the second time I've ever been done in one of those little cabinets. I'm fairly sure the only other time was in the hive, actually. Little one in the hive.
But it means security's still online.
Okay, enough talk now, Waits.
Balls indeed. Have you ever tried cornbread, Xander? I don't know if it's just an American thing, because it's certainly not something that shows up over here. Over here being the UK, nobody knows where I'm from. See, cornbread I've had. Corn dogs I've had. There used to be some pub chains over here that did them.
Power restored to local breakers.
Where can I find the power breakers, Waits?
I see one in the analysis labs. The other's in the decontamination room.
And I had some when I went to Japan, actually, because they sold a lot of them in Japan.
If you find this facility in a state that isn't to your liking, please let us know. How can I help you?
You can help me by going away. Find the breakers to bring Gemini back online. Oh, I certainly remember this. Nobody here. Honestly, I think I'd give it a go anyway, just for the alien memes of it. Yeah, I remember spending a lot of time just trying to get to the save point here. Which is what I'm attempting to do now. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly read this. They served cornbread when I was in boot camp. I had to smile because all I thought about was that brilliant scene in Aliens. And extermination in the recruit lounge. Nice. Extermination's so much better than Armageddon. What I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, son of a bee. It was at this moment that Hicks realised he'd screwed up. I'm not sure sequel would be the right word for it. I mean, it came after, but I don't think there was 2743. I don't think there was any real story. I managed to do... How much did we spend when we went to Skegness and played that alien game? About a tenner, so yeah, we spent a tenner when did Extermination again. So I'd only ever played that through all the way through when I went on holiday to Turkey. They had a machine there. We recently went away. I say recently, it was probably back in August? When we went to the beach. Yeah. April. So a good while ago then. This year. Well, When we went to stay for the weekend, I played. Okay. Oh, I forgot what the code was. What was the chats? Yeah, well, I'll probably just be. Oh, wait, no. Oh, daft boy. 2743. All that. See, it had been so long that I decided I just wanted to finish it. Spent a tenner doing it. You know what? It is silly arcade fun, but I actually really like Extermination. It's nice that it actually has like the pulse rifle light guns. It's one of the reasons I don't really like Armageddon, because it feels so generic. That doesn't look promising. I think we'll get one eventually. Another AVP. Alistair R. Don't think it'll necessarily be a follow-up to 2010. Watch the playthrough because it's not in my state. Yeah, that sucks, mate. I actually looked at trying to buy a cabinet, but they're a good couple of grand, so it's realistic. Though I did see an advert for an old Alien 3 the gun that went for a couple hundred, which I would have been more inclined to do. But it's sold already. It's a been and gone advert. I also have no idea where I'd keep it. The cat would. I don't think she'd necessarily do the light gun game. She's being good. Luna's just asleep on the blanket at the minute. It's actually pretty bad for us. We're going to bed in an hour or so. She'll be being all hectic. Extermination had the turrets from Alien 3. Yes, I think it did. There were definitely those kind of things in it. But admittedly, I've never actually got to play Alien 3 The Gun for myself. I've played some emulated stuff and watched some gameplay videos, but it's not one I've had the pleasure of doing myself. Light guns from Alien the 3 had a cool look to them. Yeah, anything that apes off the pulse rifle looks awesome, let's be honest. Although, I still think that was such a daft... I didn't even hear him show up. Good job I saved it here. A few hundred hours of playing this game and that still gets me every time. Sometimes I wish I could just sit down and do this like every couple of months. I just don't want to spoil it. I don't know how anybody has any time to play all the multitude of games that come out at the minute. Did I go or Xander? I don't know what I'm saying half the time. I didn't realise how much I said all balls until Rabbit pointed it out. Hicks, what's your favourite EU weapon? I've got to admit that despite how much the game was a piece of trash, I did really like the SMG from Colonial Marines. I also thought the sharp sticks device was particularly funny, because you know that's such a daft interpretation of what is very much a literal line. I thought it was around here somewhere, wasn't it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Stompy really does not like me tonight, does he? Alistair R. Otherwise, I must admit, Xander, I've never really been terribly impressed with a lot of the EU weaponry. You know, it's always in the comics. It's always so generic looking. There was cool concept art for like a kind of pulse rifle-ish kind of shotgun for, it was either AVP2 or AVP Classic. It never made it in the game, but it was always a piece that I remember really liking, and you know, I asked Tristan if he could sneak that into Defiance when he was working on that. Oh no, it's back here. And that, unfortunately that didn't happen, but that is a cool design that I really like. The scope rifle from not 2010, from AVP2, and the one in the tech manual I think is pretty cool looking as well. So the one in the tech manual is very much based on a real world one. I think it's a wall for WA 2000 or something like that. Oh, Edwin, we are amateurs as well. Don't you worry. Till you get SM or Johnny in on a stream. Yeah, totally agree, Chris. You know, the weaponry stuff in ACM is easily the best part of that game. I liked it actually. You know, oh no. The unlock system was, although it was shallow, it was another thing I quite liked about it. You know, a modernised feeling to an Alien game. That would have been so unfair had he got me then. Pee off. Yeah, I think Ares make a airsoft one. If I'm being honest, I'm always trying to be honest. If I'm thinking rightly, but Ares are trash. The pulse rifle rate of fire mod was blasphemous, though. Yeah, that's very true. Very true. But I'm hoping that the cold iron stuff will have a better unlock system and customization system. Risk it for a chocolate biscuit, guys.
Check request in Sector C12. Received and confirmed. A service caretaker is on its way.
What we're asking. Could a Alien or Predator TV series work with the right people in charge? Yes, of course it could. You know, Predator's very versatile in itself. You could probably do something around like the Otherworld Lifeform organization or Stargazer. Alien you could do anything with, especially with the introduction of the engineers, because it opens up a whole new realm of alien but not quite alien things.
Helping you every single step of the way.
That's it. Elevator's online, Ripley.
Got it.
You're headed for a place called Project KG-348. Let me know when you're there.
Under what you're saying, I thought that the Rogue from the Ride would make a good plasma rifle because it's resistance plasma rifle in T2. From the Ride? What do you mean? What ride? The only one I really know is the Rider Speed of Fright. So you're on about those knockoff sort of bullpupish looking things. I think a lot of Halo stuff fits the aesthetic of the Clone Marines anyway, because Halo took a lot of inspiration from Alien and Predator. Oh, that made me jump. That's what I get for being distracted. Oh, that were a good scream. I never noticed they were the same as the ones in T2, to be honest. You know what? I love that ride. Ride at the Speed of Fright. That was my first ever experience of Alien before I even saw any of the films. And for a long time I thought I'd made it up, because nobody else ever talked about it. And it wasn't until the anthology box set, because that footage is on the anthology, that I realised I hadn't made it up, and it was it really happened. And even better was the Marine guy in it. I can't remember the character's name, but he is played by Jeffrey Combs, who I love because he plays a lot of characters in a lot of characters in Star Trek, and he plays like Shran in Enterprise, who's one of my all-time favourites, and Wei Yun in DS9, who is absolutely another favourite of mine.
Got it.
You're headed for a place called Project KG-348. Let me know when you're there.
Speak to you tomorrow then, Chris. I'm just going to try and do KG and then call it quits for the night, I think. Yeah, Edwin, that would be hilarious. I've got my I've got a Samsung Gear upstairs, but I'm not sure if I can link it to any streamy stuff. Although it'll be interesting to see for myself, just to see how bad it goes. I'm not ashamed to admit this game makes me scream. As you have heard several times. Not this one. Blinking jump scares, man. Always one blasting capsule. Always. Master Chief Collection on the PC tomorrow, Xander. That one sounded like Homer Simpson though. Oh, man. What are we supposed to be doing here? So, Mr. Alien. See, I didn't like how Reach contradicted Fall of Reach, but I actually rather got into the game in the end. And the only reason I even own an Xbox for Halo, to be entirely honest, I've enjoyed the 343 stuff a lot more than most people seem to have. I'm very much looking forward to Infinite. But because I'm primarily on the PC now, it's nice to actually have everything coming out on the PC to look forward to.
Wait, I made it.
Is it still after you?
I think so.
I got a plan. Head for the labs.
I like that thing. There's something under here. I can't remember this. There is indeed a dead dude in here. There's a tail through his chest, I guess. I see more of the chest bursted folk down in the reactor. Saying I still miss what the original Halo was going to be when the RTS of the third person one. I know it went through quite a few stages. You haven't played 5. I enjoyed 5. It did some things that irked people, but I actually quite enjoyed it for what it did with the story. That's because I always like good guys turning bad. I enjoy that little twist. Yeah, ODST was fantastic. Such a moody piece. And the soundtrack for that game. You missed me screaming like quite high pitched. Well, apparently like Homer Simpson, apparently. I don't know where you want that. I should save. I've got the last book to read actually. The last Master Chief one that they've just done. Because I like Alien. It's one of those series that I will get like all the comics and all the books of. Alien, Predator, Halo, Stargate. Just doing my exploration. Ah, beautiful. Alien sound. Hey, buddy. You okay?
Can't believe those assholes threw me out.
Oh, I hate this because I feel like there's some
Don't think I've seen you around before.
import, like called me playing on the capture card.
Fun place, huh?
Come on.
Don't think I've seen you around before. fun place, huh? Don't think I've seen you around before.
Oh, they were in there, isn't it? So maybe we'll be distracted by that. Come on, that was unkind. You can't keep doing this. Yeah, Edwin, I can totally appreciate Resurrection for some of its ideas, not necessarily its execution. Totally understand where you're coming from there. I love Ripley. I love the identity crisis that you can that she has in that film. Just wish more had been done with her connection. Yeah, Xander, I agree with what you said earlier. You know, Halo 2's battle rifle, I think, is very much on point for what I'd expect it to look like within the Alien series. But then again, could the scope rifle perhaps have doubled for one instead? The scope rifle from the tech manual. M41? Something, I can't remember what it was in that. I always found the tech manual to be a bit too dry. I was never able to really get through much of that. Interesting resource for when you have a specific question though. I do wish you'd leave me alone while I'm just trying to collect stuff. All I want to do is eject you into space without hassle, please. There's nothing in it in the end anyway. Go do that. Evolve. Roger, I love you. Ah, more gorgeous space vistas. Oh no, looks like we're leaking here though. I think we need to call somebody down from facilities. So this section is one that I will just forever associate specifically with this game, because this was the first sort of stuff that people got to see of Isolation. You know, this was what the press was shown as the first gameplay sort of reveals. It one that was demoed at
Seek some executive
all
ransom
the
here.
events as the
I'm
first
sending over some
hands-on.
samples for investigation. I want the minimum number of employees on this. Keep it on the down low and report only to me. If any of this gets out, I'll make sure your career dies with Sevastopol. There are a lot of inconsistencies in Gemini's ledgers. Do right by me, and I'll remember you. Whatever you're skimming now will seem like chicken feed. Do the smart thing.
It was my first taste of the game as well, because this was what I got to play when I visited Creative Assembly when they were working on the game. So my first taste of Isolation was playing this on two massive tellies right in front of me, with the developers watching what we were doing. And I think after that experience, I came out of that, just on an adrenaline come down, and it was like, for me, it was like being a kid again, and sitting there watching my dad play Alien Trilogy, but not having the nerve to give it a go myself, and then finally playing it and being terrified. It was just like a throwback to being genuinely scared of an alien game. So this particular section is one I'm very fond of.
Wait, I'm in.
The lab can be separated from the main station. Bring it back online, and systems can reconnect.
Yeah, Xander, I did the same. I mean, not quite $75. I think I paid 30 quid for mine because I actually managed to find it a pretty good deal. But it was an original one, and then they released they republished it, which I think is awesome. For everybody else who hasn't already brought one, it's kind of like a kick in the teeth kind of moment. I completely agree, Galaxy Traveler. This game is phenomenal. Joe's seen bad days. I'll save point round here. Yeah, I completely understand that, Galaxy. If you're a glutton for punishment, then this game's atmosphere is definitely addictive.
Spike. Now, reconnect the lab systems to Sevastopol from the console in the central lab. We're counting on your repli.
Hazardous material leak detected.
You take that. Sorry. Make one for yourselves, Andy. What do you do if you don't mind me asking? Are you a sort of prop maker or anything? I love seeing a lot of the custom stuff on Alien Legacy. It's a fantastic place for that kind of thing.
Attention, please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit.
Very sort of newtish moment.
I'm sorry, Ripley.
Genesis procedures underway. Stand clear of the doors. Please proceed to the nearest airlock and await emergency response notification. Please proceed to the nearest airlock and await emergency response notification.
Fuck!
Please proceed to the nearest airlock and await emergency response notification. Airlock pressurization initiated. Airlock pressurization 25% complete. Airlock pressurization 50% complete. Airlock pressurization 75% complete.
So I'm not reading the chat at this point, so I have no idea what everybody's
Airlock pressurization complete.
not entirely convinced we would have had time to have got in the suit, but I'm not going to argue too much. Yeah, she's so badly funny, Amanda, but she's also so sweet. Right. Gonna quit off the game when it loads up. The level. And then I shall have a look over the chat before I sign off. Whew. We made it, guys and girls. Sevastopol is now alien free. Also, we think. Right, let's see what folk have been saying. Okay, what we got? Sander is a very green prop and cosplayer maker. green as in eco-friendly, green as in literally the colour green, or green as in new? You'll have to send, drop us some links to your predator masks. I'd love to see some of your work, mate. Yeah, I came out of the vents eventually, Rabbit. Yeah, the great movie ride. I've heard about that one, Xander. I haven't been myself. I've not been to America, but I've seen pictures and stuff like that. I think that was interesting. Although the the Sigourney animatronic looked terrifying. Yeah, that's me for the night as well, Edwin. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully see you again next time. Green as in noob. Okay, understood. But yeah, next stream, drop some links down to your stuff so I can have a gander, because I'm nosy like that. I like having a good nebby. But yeah, thank you everybody who's been watching. This has been part 4. We've now made it to past Gemini Labs. And I don't think we died too many times. Enough girly screams. But no, I've been enjoying myself. I hope you guys have as well. You guys and girls have. I won't be on tomorrow as we have prior engagement, but I'll be back on Wednesday to hopefully finish the game off. Do another 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, sorry about the late start today. I'll remember to plug the laptop in next time. It won't have any issues with the capture card down. Homer Simpson scream. That's funny, Xander. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you everybody for joining along. I've had a lot of fun today, interacting with everybody on here. Wednesday about the same time. If you're not already, you can check the AVP Galaxy community out on avpgalaxy.net, old school message boards. If you're so inclined to communicate that fashion, I prefer the message boards myself, as I like the organised nature of it. If you'd rather, we do have a Facebook group as well, but it's too easy to lose discussions in that, in my opinion. But it is the prevalent version of discussion these days, and we do have one, and I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups as well, and it's nice to see all these different communities out there. So that's there for you if you prefer talking like that, joining in the discussion like that. And we also have a Facebook page, we have a Twitter page, an Instagram page, and obviously the YouTube channel that you're on now. Alright, well, until next time, thank you for watching, and see you next time.